Well, they closed down the mill and they closed down the mine. They said you can't work but pay your taxes on time. Got 3 little babies gonna starve to death or freeze. We started making white lightning, it was Grandpa's recipe. Run, rebel, run to no avail. Run, rebel, run to the Scott County Jail.
Hey everyone, happy Thursday.
Something just happened to the sound. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? There.
All right, that is so
Yeah,
strange. Can you hear me now?
I gotcha.
I can't hear you, Chris. So welcome back. Let's try this again. We are live on the Jailhouse Informant podcast. It's been a minute, and apparently we don't know how to operate our tools.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I'm not hearing Chris either.
Well, that's a bummer.
Okay. Let's see if she can get that. I
mean, it was literally just working.
We were just talking to each other and everything was just working just fine. So let's see if we can try this here.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Now?
Yeah. I can't hear you, Chris. So while she's getting things taken care of there, again, thank you all so much for tuning in. This is we're very excited to be back here for this week. It's been a few weeks since we've been on live. We've had a lot of different shows. Now, Tony says she can hear both of us just fine. I could not hear Chris. Let's see when Chris pops on here in just a few moments. We'll get her when she pops back on. Yeah, we have had a lot of tours and a lot of things going on over the last I guess it's been almost a month since we've been able to be back on live. So it's been just a little bit since we've been on here. So we thank you all who have been here interacting with us. Let's get Chris back on here now.
Now?
Now? Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Oh, okay, good.
So Let's try this again. How you doing tonight, Chris?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Doing great. Let me, for some reason, my headphones here, I'm not hearing through my headphones. I'm hearing you. Let's see here. There we go. It's almost like everything decided it was just going to kind of spritz out.
When we came back. I know. We've been talking for like 15 minutes over this thing.
Yeah.
Not a problem. But then all of a sudden, well, bam.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you got to do on your 4th anniversary.
That's right. 4th anniversary and first week back since the 14th of August.
Yeah, since it's been a minute. Yeah, but that means we're busy. So I guess that's a good thing. It's kind of a catch-22. We love being here with you guys, but it's if we get tours and stuff booked, there's really nothing we can do about it. So, but we're happy to be back tonight.
Yeah, we were almost not able to make it tonight because of almost had a big tour, but we've had some pretty crazy weather here, so they decided to push it to another week here in September. So kind of grateful for that because we've had some pretty bad storms today.
Yeah, we have, but happy anniversary.
Yeah, happy anniversary. It's been 4 years. 4 years ago today, we had our grand unlocking ceremony, and A lot of you that are over in the chat room, we've had the opportunity to meet you in person and interact with you on the investigations, guided ghost hunts, flashlight tours, daytime tours, escape rooms. I mean, I think that's probably my favorite part of this whole thing is all the great people we've been able to meet and interact with through this little journey of running the museum.
No, I mean, you're absolutely right. Everything from people on our flashlight tours to our lantern tours at rugby. We've just met a lot of great people, and thank you all for sticking with us for the last 4 years. And for those new people that we just met, and for those who've been with us for the 4 years, we really appreciate all of the support that you've shown us. As Miranda said, through opening the jail, through our partnership with rugby, through everything that we've done. TV shows, magazines, newspaper articles, our gift shop, everything. You've really supported us, so thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's honestly kind of hard to believe that it's been 4
Rex.
years.
Yeah,
it has been. It's kind of hard to believe that it's been 4 years and just everything we've done. We partnered with rugby. Almost 3 years ago. We had been open for a little over a year when we had the opportunity to take the board and the folks there with rugby on a tour and then form our partnership with them. And rugby's been going absolutely strong for the last little bit. So a lot of really great things have come out of this.
Yeah, I totally agree. So we want to backtrack a little bit and talk about real quick what we did the last time we were on here. And then we can kind of go through some happy memories.
Yeah. So, and the sun just happened to come out from behind.
I saw that. Just like
just as I was getting ready to speak. Lots of things are totally distracting me here. Everything from audio problems to lot. We last time we were on the 14th, we had a very special guest. It was a pre-recorded interview, but I know a lot of you folks tuned in. We had Miss Portia Louder on the show, and Chris is holding up her book. We talked about that as well as her inspirational journey that she was very willing to share with us. Her story is very raw, very honest. And honestly, I was riveted the whole time that we were interviewing her. And so if you watched the episode and interacted, she talked about her book. She does have 2 books out, and we now offer her book in our gift shop. And I'm going to slide down just a little bit because trying to get out of the sun here. There we go. A
little bit more. There you go. But no, this is actually a really cool book. As Miranda said, we are selling it in our gift shop now. She does have 2 of them. This is her first one, I believe. But it basically talks about her journey through the prison system. She was in prison for several years, and she talks about what she did. She's very open about it. She talked about what she did, how she got caught, and her transformation really from going into prison to coming out of prison. So it was, she really is an inspirational person. So we're really honored that she allowed us to sell her books in our gift shop. And we do have it on the online store. So if you can't come in and grab it, do order it online if you're interested in it, because it's a great testimony.
Excuse me. Yeah, I'm actually pulling up on our YouTube. If you I know Facebook kind of does weird stuff when it comes to episodes are only on for, I think like 30 days, and then they delete the episodes. So if you visit our Historic Scott County Jail YouTube page, you can see all of our past episodes. And so Portia was episode 78. We also did the live 100th anniversary investigation of Sheriff Richard Ellis, which was also that very same week. We don't go live for a while, but that one week we were able to go live twice, which was really cool. And then lots of past episodes. I know we've had some amazing guests, especially the ones where we've gone and we've talked about former jails, former prisons, and been able to introduce people to some of these really cool locations around the country.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like I said, if you're interested in Portia's book, go to our website. If you can't come in, we do have several, I think about 20 copies here in the gift shop. So we're ready to go if you want to order those.
Yes. And speaking of the gift shop, we made a big announcement the other day about our new shirts. So a lot of you probably have our I Did Time shirts. Those were pretty popular in the very beginning because they were our first gray shirt, our first non-black shirt. And so we updated the design on it and came up with a really cool design. Do you have one of those there, Chris?
I can go get one. Stand by.
Okay. So I was going to say, I can pull it up here if I need to. So while she's getting that, we completely updated the design, and then we went in and we offer these in 3 different colors. So as you can see there, we've got the same gel picture there on the back. We added the moonshine steel, kind of pumped up the headline on that, and added it in 3 really cool colors. We've got it in heather burgundy, slate blue, and then the dark indigo blue that Chris is holding up there. So it's that's the back of the shirt. We're going to be offering those. Yep, there's the front. And so we're going to be offering those in long sleeve t-shirts as well as hoodies. I'm really excited when we get the hoodies in.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. Sorry, just switching around here. No, Miranda did a great job making these designs. You know, when we first opened 4 years ago, we did want to have a pretty robust gift shop. Obviously, they, you know, what we first started, we were really kind of gearing toward our paranormal investigators, as well as those who liked our after dark tours. But our gift shop has very much evolved. We have so many items in our gift shop now, and Miranda has done a hell of a job just putting all that together and designing all of those things. So do take advantage of it if you have not gotten one of these shirts. And we are very happy that we have colors other than black now. So it really makes our gift shop pop. But like the book, those are online as well.
Yeah, it's so funny when people come in that they'll say, you'll hear one group come in and say, oh, do you have anything other than black? I don't like black shirts. I have cats or whatever. And then you have others that will come in and they're like, oh, you don't have that in black? I want that shirt in black. So it's kind of hard to accommodate everybody. So we're trying to do that with the variety of colors. We still have our Celly shirts. We have our
nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that.
Our gel shirts, and then our, what's the other one there that we just released, the motorcycle shirts.
Yes, so yes, our Living Free Behind Bars shirt. Yes.
Yeah, we still have all of those. We do have some of our original first generation designs of the I Did Time, as well as the handcuffs. It's the same design that's on our front door, and then the Scott County design. And those shirts were actually clearancing. The unfortunate thing is we only have a few limited sizes. Most of them are small and medium, but yeah, so if you're looking to get some of those first generation designs, we are going to be discontinuing those. So if you are on the smaller side of things and are wanting to purchase something for somebody, we will have those on clearance. So get them before they're gone.
Yeah, yeah. So speaking of Celly and her I Did Time, or her Paw and Order shirt, Celly was one of the great additions that we've had in the last 4 years, and she, as everybody saw her in both ends, she is our little mascot, and we just love her to death. We could not be more proud of little Celly. She does, James. She really does. She definitely thinks she rules the roost here.
Yeah, I mean, and if if you haven't followed Celly the Jail Cat Instagram page, we post pictures of her all the time in her costumes. Chris makes sure that Celly is festive for every season that's out there, whether it be a holiday season or a special some kind of random special day like May the 4th, Chris makes sure that Celly is always wearing her best. And so you can follow that on Instagram, Celly the Jail Cat. We also post those pictures here on the Historic Scott County Jail Facebook page as well, because you can't ever have too much Celly.
No. And I just need to point out there's nothing random about May the 4th. So it's a very important day for those of us who are in the know. So
well,
but yeah, so Celly is awesome, and the fact that she allows us to put her in costume. I mean, we just couldn't ask for a little better mascot. And she doesn't ask for much. Every now and then she wants to go outside, but she has been a great addition these last 4 years.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you guys so much over in the chat room for your comments and for wishing us the happy anniversary. Sorry we seem a little bit out of sorts here, because nothing like technology issues to kind of throw you off. But let's kind of talk a little bit about some of these memories. I don't want to be kind of random on this, but I'm just going to share some of the different pictures and we can kind of talk about some different things. And for any of you over in the chat room over there, if you've come and visited us, if you've done an investigation, a day tour, or even if you've just watched the show and haven't had the opportunity to come here and you enjoyed one of our shows that we had with a certain guest or anything like that, please feel free to share it over there in the comment section, and we'll definitely pull that up. But I'm just going to kind of cycle through some of these photos and we can talk about them if you want, Chris.
Yeah. So obviously that is our opening day. That's our little ribbon cutting ceremony. That is Dennis Jeffers. He is the mayor of Huntsville. And, Huntsville has been completely supportive of our endeavors here and what we've done. I remember going in and having the business meeting with them, with the mayor and all the aldermen. And every single one of them have just been extremely supportive of them. So of us. So we just can't thank Huntsville, the town of Huntsville, enough for everything. I mean, if there's a roof leak, they're on it. If there's something that we need, we got a new display that weighs about 600 pounds. And Mayor Jeffers was quick to get us a couple of guys, actually like 5 guys, to help us carry it in. So, they've just been a great partner in what we do. And so thank you. If anybody from Huntsville is watching, thank you so much for these great 4 years.
Yeah. And I mean, when we moved up to the bank building, he was very quick to help us get displays and all of those up there. I mean, I just can't say enough about Huntsville and the mayor and the folks over there in the municipal building. I mean, they've just been wonderful to work with and to have as landlords.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, all right, what's next?
Let's see here. Let me see what direction I'm supposed to go in.
All right. So this is one thing that we decided that we wanted to do very quickly when we opened the jail. We have a specific room that we set up as our law enforcement appreciation room. So we started collecting patches from various agencies across the country, really to recognize law enforcement and how the high esteem that we hold them in. So we've collected patches from all over the country. I think we have a couple from 2 different countries actually. That are on the board. So, we really appreciate everybody who has sent us badges or patches everywhere from, California to Washington State to Michigan to Detroit to Wisconsin, Florida, Georgia. We have most of our states represented now. So it's a really cool display. A lot of people, when they come into the building, they sit and look at it and see if their state is represented. So thank you to everybody who has sent patches for our patch wall.
Yeah, and so we've actually filled up the board that we have, and we've got to add a new board. I mean, the goal is to just fill up and have patches from all over the country, because once you represent every state, you got to start representing every district and every county and municipality. And so we want to fill the jail with patches from all over the country. So like Chris said, thanks to everyone that sent those in. This is always fun. It's always fun to have people come in. Some of them are like, oh, if I'd known you we're doing patches. Would have brought a patch, and it's like, no problem. Here's our address, and then they send them right in. That's
Mhm.
really cool to open those packages and see where the patches are coming from.
Yeah, and the variety of them. I mean, it really is kind of like an art in and of itself because there's different sizes and colors and styles, and they're really fun to look at. So yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, our flashlight tours. Miranda's leading one of our flashlight tours there. You know, what's interesting about our flashlight tours, you know, when you talk to other ghost tour companies, a lot of them are outside walking tours, kind of like what we do at rugby. A lot of them don't have the capability to go into a building, but our tour, the building is the showcase, right? And so to be able to tell the history and the paranormal captures that we've captured and our teams have captured, you mean, I mean, our tours are getting so much longer as we've started them because all of our great teams who've been investigating have been sending us paranormal evidence. So to be able to showcase all of that is really fun, and it's something that makes our tours very unique.
Yeah, and we're to the point with these flashlight tours that we have so many different pieces of evidence that we don't always highlight the same things each time we do do a tour. So, you know, we have people that have come back multiple times, and yeah, you'll hear a lot of the same history, but you may watch, see, or hear different pieces of evidence that we haven't highlighted. So we're at a point where we have lots that we can showcase on the
Yeah.
tours.
So it does make it a lot of fun.
Let's see here.
Obviously, we have books in our gift shop. So this is one of our local our authors. This is J.H. Gason. So he wrote High Winds, The Quest for Rome. And that really, it details one of the most infamous stories to actually come out of the historic Scott County Jail, which is the lynching of Jerome Boyett and Harvey Winchester in 1933. So we're very fortunate to have a local author that had a connection with the story, write this book, and we actually sell it in the gift shop now. So, you know, he comes in quite frequently. He's one of our biggest fans, and we have book signings there. And you know, we're really honored to be able to highlight that and share his books from our gift shop.
Yeah, I think he's done at this point 3 different book signings. He made an appearance at our Blessing of the Bikes that we did this past year, and you just, like Chris said, you never know if he's going to show up and be there. And this is the first edition of the book. He has re-released it as a second edition that's had some different things added to it, new cover, as well as coordinates of the graves of folks who are highlighted in the book. So, and we also highlighted him on our podcast. It was one of our earlier episodes. So if you want to go back and watch the episode that we had with J.H. Gason, he actually goes in and he talks about his relationship with the folks that are in the book and his process that he did in writing this. And so I definitely recommend going back and checking out that episode.
Yeah, and he has another book that he's writing right now that deals with another story that was involving our courthouse. So that we'll probably have that in the gift shop as well. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, in the jail as well. The guy was held.
Well, that's right. That's right. He was held in the jail. That's right.
Yeah, an axe murder for anyone that's interested. That involves axe murders and witch hunts. So
yeah, so it's going to be a good book.
Yeah. And this photo here just kind of shows, it kind of shows the generosity of some of the people who have put items on loan or donated items to the jail. This was a specific day where we got lots and lots of newspapers.
Thousands of newspapers.
We're still going through these newspapers. Some of the, when you come into the jail, we've got some of the true crime stories from here in Scott County on the walls. Some of those stories came from that donation of newspapers, but it's not just true crime stories. It's also stories about when the jail closed and stories about the bank building and some interesting stories about Scott County itself that we highlight here. This was not even the entire load. I think this was the second load.
Second or third. We had
yeah.
three truckloads of newspapers. I think the earliest one that I found was from 1921. in the stack, and it went all the way up to like 2022. 2021, 22. And so thousands, we had thousands of newspapers, and we still, I mean, as Miranda said, we're still going through them. So to Miranda's point, we've been very fortunate that when we decided to open the museum, we had members of the community step up to help us build these robust displays, give us information, share their stories. If Rex is still on, just giving us audio for audio content for our audio tours. So we've had a lot of people that have really contributed to what we do and what we've built. So, we can't thank them enough for the help and the donations and the just the support of our museum.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, of course, our motorcycle rides. This was, I believe, our second large motorcycle ride that we did. We partner with RM Brooks General Store for this ride. And so we start out at this point, this particular one, we started out down in Harriman, Tennessee. It was a 98-mile motorcycle ride. We went through some of the most beautiful parts here of the Cumberland Plateau, and then had a stop at RM Brooks General Store for lunch. And then we continued on through the Big South Fork, circled on around, and ended with a tour, daytime history tour of the historic Scott County Jail. And so it ends up being about a 4.5 hour event in total, 98-mile ride, but with an hour-long tour, hour-long stop for lunch. So it works as a great way to highlight some of these different historic locations in our area and bring in a different group of folks that are interested and just kind of a different way of doing things here. So we try, our goal has been to do more motorcycle rides. Both Chris and I are bikers, but we've been so slammed with tours, and this year has been so weird when it comes to weather. It's been hard to schedule rides, because you want to schedule them far enough out so people can plan. But a lot of people don't end up booking till it gets closer because of all the different weather related issues that you can have. So this is a lot of fun when we can do this, and hopefully we'll get another ride or two in this year. If not, there's always next year. But I love being able to lead and do these rides. We love our bikers there.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for everybody who's been on one of our rides. They are a lot of fun, and we look forward to hosting some more here soon. So we can't thank people who support us enough by going into our escape room game. This is a lot of fun. As soon as we got the jail, I love escape rooms. And so I really knew that we had to have an escape room up on our maximum security level. So it is what we call a multi-cell escape room game. So it actually there's 3 cells that you got to get out of to get out of the entire cell block, but it's a lot of fun. We've had different people, different groups of people. We've had people come in and that'll challenge each other on time. So we're really proud of our escape room game. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, Chris has done an amazing job of putting the escape room together. I think there's 30-something puzzles, almost 40 puzzles.
Yeah, 30. I think 32 puzzles and clues that you have to solve to get out of it. And everybody really takes it to the wire. I think we've had a couple of teams that really mowed through them. But you either take it right to the wire or you're stuck in there for life. But it's a lot of fun. We've had a great time with it.
Yeah. So, she's put this together from scratch, and the story is that you've been wrongfully accused. And so we love it when people come here and try to solve the puzzles and try to make it out. I like it when to hear some of the stories, or to be one of the people that's watching when they're doing the tour, or doing the escape rooms, and just see how people work together, or maybe don't work together.
To
get out.
It's definitely a social study experiment. It's a lot of fun to watch.
Absolutely. So, so we hope you'll come and try that if you've not tried our escape room yet. It's unique,
Yeah. Not many escape rooms are built in an actual jail. So they're a lot of fun. This was a fun day. This was Ben Fuller. He was filming his music video for his song Chasing Rebels. For those of you who don't know, Ben is the top Christian recording artist for Sony Music. And it was an honor to have him reach out. He and his team reached out and asked if they could rent the jail to do this music video. And it was a blast. I know Miranda was there for most of the day. And Ben Fuller's a great guy. We had him on our podcast as well, really highlighted him and on that podcast, and his testimony is incredible. So if you're familiar with Ben Fuller, please go check out his video that was filmed here at the jail.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That was probably our first big filming here at the jail. We've had several since. And, just to see how because they were there from sun up to well past sundown, and just to see how they transformed the jail and included it in their story. If you've not heard Chasing Rebels, not only, as Chris said, is Ben's testimony amazing, but the story and the lyrics there to that song, it's definitely one of my favorites that he's done. Mm-hmm. And the way they incorporated the jail into it, was just too cool. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. And so occasionally throughout the year, we offer our walk that goes around Huntsville. We haven't been offering it as much just because we've got our walks at Rugby and the flashlight tour. We've got so much that we highlight on the flashlight tour. But this is our haunted history walk that we do, and it is our Ghost of the Past haunted history walk. And so we take you for a 45-minute walk around Huntsville, where we share some of the history and some of the haunted stories from the area, including the courthouse and the old bank building and several other stops around Huntsville. And then it ends with an hour-long tour of the jail. And so we typically offer those either during the summer and during the fall months. And then at Christmas time, we ended up winning an award for that one. It was Ghosts of the Past at Christmas, where we take you around town, because Huntsville does an awesome job of decorating for the Christmas season. So we take you around, and we've sort of resurrected the tradition of telling ghost stories at Christmas time. Mm-hmm. So this particular picture right here, Chris is leading this walk around town, and those are the board members and different employees from Historic Rugby Inc. And mm-hmm. so this was when we were pitching to them about our partnership.
Yeah. Trying to explain to them what we do and how we do it. And, they were very receptive to come over and take the tour. And that really led us into the amazing partnership that we have with Historic Rugby now. So that was the first leg of our journey.
Absolutely. And that's the exact same thing we do there at Rugby, is like what Chris is doing is taking the folks through. Mm-hmm. And then just another picture from the Ben Fuller shoot that day.
So throughout the year, we are always at either conventions or conferences, different Chamber of Commerce meetings, different community festivals and such, where we really try to highlight the historic Scott County Jail and Historic Rugby After Dark, as well as Ghost Biker Explorations and Soul Sisters Paranormal. So we do have 4 entities that we really represent at these. So this was at one of the Chamber of Commerce meetings up in Somerset, Kentucky, and they were a great chamber to be involved with. So we really got the word out up there in Kentucky about what we do. So we've had a lot of people come down from Somerset, but to be able to go to these and really talk to the general public about what we do and really get the word out, it's been very beneficial to what we do. So we appreciate everybody who's stopped by and talked to us at the booths that we set up at these various events.
And that's the thing that I'm really proud of that we do, is the fact that we are very much boots on the ground, very much any opportunity to do essentially guerrilla marketing of going in. And if there's a festival, if there's an opportunity to set up a booth and be able to talk about what we're doing, we're there. And so we're grateful for anyone that's given us that opportunity. But I'm very proud of the hard work that we have done to do that, because that's something that takes a lot of time, a lot of effort. It can be very tiring, as setting up and doing some of these, but just getting the opportunity to meet people that when you see them and they're like, I had no idea you all were there, or that this was going on where we're at. And then seeing the friendly faces when when they come back. So yeah, we are always, in fact, this past Monday on Labor Day, we were just down at the Hooray for Harriman event down there. So yeah.
Well, we've had music videos come to the jail, but we've also had several news stations in Knoxville and other areas of the state come and tour the jail, do news articles on us. We were actually down in Knoxville. I forget the station, Miranda. What was the station?
Channel 6, Living East Tennessee.
Living East Tennessee, that's right. So they came, we actually went to studios. We were in studio that day and had a great time, and they've actually come to the jail several times to highlight what we do. So it's really fun to be able to get out there and really showcase what we do on statewide television.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was from our day when we were at the Greystone Castle, which is haunted, by the way. So there's some interesting stories about there on Channel 6. And then, of course, these are a few highlight reels from the different news stations. This was from WBIR Channel 10 when they were there highlighting. They do a special segment where they go and visit some of these small towns, and so they were highlighting us for their fall segment that was there in the hometown area.
Yep. So, of course, our little Celly Bean, she is our mascot there. So, this is one of the things that we like to put out, just kind of, again, showcasing all of us and what we do and how we do it. And it's definitely a 3-person team effort here, trying to get everything out. So, it's a good picture.
Yeah, it is. It is. Let's see here. And then, of course, Chris had mentioned how we've been highlighted on different news channels and podcast magazines. This was really exciting. We were highlighted in Haunted Magazine, which is published out of the UK, but it has a worldwide circulation. And I think it's the largest haunted magazine that's out there. I know there are several different ones out there, but with the largest circulation. And so Penny, I'm blanking on her last name, but Penny out of the UK, she wrote the article about the jail. We were featured on a 2-page article there inside a Haunted Magazine, and that was just too cool.
Yeah, we have that hung up we actually had the whole spread there inside the jail, so you can read the whole thing, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Of course, the Celly, that was one of our first pictures. That was like really like a couple of days after we decided we were going to keep her, and it was probably the best decision we've made since we decided to open the jail, because she's just really part of the team here.
Yeah. And then, of course, Ben Fuller. This was the advertisement for when we had him on our show. And we did a call out asking for people to send questions that had watched the video and had specific questions, because this was a pre-recorded interview. So you sent your questions in. We asked him the questions on the pre-recorded interview and put it out there. So just a very gracious, humble guy. So
yeah. Yeah, it was a great experience.
Yeah, again, definitely check out that podcast if you want to learn more about that.
And of course, as we've been talking, we did form that partnership with Historic Rugby. So we were able to really write the scripts for 2 different tours. I primarily give the Haunted Village Lantern Tour, which really highlights the history and the haunts of Rugby. And then Miranda has a great Northern Village and Cemetery Tour that really highlights different superstitions from the Appalachian Mountains, Victorian mourning practices, burial practices, and such. So they're 2 very unique tours, but very much highlight the history and haunts of rugby. So this is a partnership that we're extremely proud of, and to be able to do that within the first couple of years of opening, and now rolling into almost 2.5 years of being partners with them. It's one of those that is just, we can't thank rugby enough for allowing us to do this, but it's the tours that we absolutely love to give as well, because it really highlights that unique history.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I love rugby, and the fact that it's only 20 minutes away from the jail. People have been able to come and experience both places in a weekend when they're traveling to the area. And I love being able to essentially capture those people, their time on their trip, to be a destination rather than just a pass through.
Agreed.
So let's see here.
Of course, the Celly.
Celly in her costumes. For 2 years, from 2022 and 2023, we were highlighted in the October edition of Highlander magazine, which is a local magazine that comes out. It's put out by our Highland Telephone Co-op. And I think it's featured in, I believe, 4 different counties, Scott, Morgan, Fentress, and I think Pickett, and possibly up in Macquarie County up into Kentucky. So the first year they highlighted our business opening, because we had been open for a year at that point. They loved what we were doing, so they wanted to come back and highlight the escape room and highlight what we had done essentially in our second year of business. So just one of the magazines we've been highlighted in there. And I think that year was also the year that that we had won the 4 awards with the Tennessee Association of Museums. Is that right, Tam?
Yeah. Tennessee Association of Museums. We were able to win 4 awards from them that year. So we're really thankful that they were able to highlight us in all of that. So our museum, the escape room, the awards. So it was a really good. There we go. It was a really good write up.
Yeah, and I believe it was, you said, the escape room, the our 8-foot timeline, the website, and the audio tour, wasn't it?
Yep. Those are the 4 things. Yeah.
So,
of course, the jail at night. I mean, it's a great picture. The jail looks great during the day, but at night, there's just, especially with the moon, it's a really special little building.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that is one of my favorites, we didn't have the, actually, let me see if I've got the picture for it right here. I think I saw it on rugby here. If we're kind of talking about some of our favorite things when it comes to rugby and the jail, but I thought I saw it a minute ago, but I don't see the pictures here. But one of my favorite things about that is, here we go. Whenever, just see if I can pull this picture up here, is when the news came out and highlighted the village of Rugby, and how we had a paranormal team return one of the books that was found in the library.
Yeah. So that is the Rugby Library, and we had Mockingbird Paranormal help us get a book returned, and so we're very appreciative of them and all the members there on Mockingbird Paranormal to help us get that book returned, because all of the books in the library are original. There's 7,000 books inside the library that were donated in 1882, and of those 7,000, there were 6 that were missing, and now thanks to Mockingbird Paranormal, there are only 5. So we were able to put that book back in its rightful place inside the library, where it was originally in 1882.
Yeah, that's just a great example of how the how the paranormal has kind of worked with the history, and just, I don't know, that's probably one of my favorite things that's come out of that with the village of Rugby. is
Yeah,
working.
yeah, that and just just showing the history and to those that have never been there before to really see their enthusiasm for the village itself, its history, and the haunts and what we're doing. So
Yeah. Do you have a favorite thing that we've been able to experience there when it comes to rugby?
I love going every weekend. I mean, I love the jail, but there's just something different about rugby. Just being over there and just being able to tell the history. And it's a different history, right? I mean, the jail, most of it you have behind bars, right? And or death or suffering or something like that. But rugby is just different. Rugby is the story of people trying to survive in an environment that they weren't familiar with. And so to be able to share that to people who don't understand it or have never heard of it before, I just, the rugby tours, I just love them.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just so unique.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I mean, there's so much. I think there's so much we could talk about with all of this. With haunted discoveries coming on here, Tennessee Crossroads.
Yeah, our podcast, the Jailhouse Informant, right? All the great teams that we've had. I mean, the fact that they've shared so much paranormal evidence from both the jail and historic rugby. I mean, that's part of the reason why we can do what we can do, because those teams are willing to come and investigate and well share their experiences with us, and that just really heightens our tour experience for those that may not be into the paranormal per se or paranormal investigators, but it really gives us content for our tours. So it really is, a partnership effort with those that are willing to help and donate and share. And it really helps our entire experience to when guests come in.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So a lot of things have happened over those 4 years, a lot of things going on over the remainder of this year. And we're getting ready to go into spooky season. I guess you could say we're officially in it now with September underway, and not much of a break in the transition between summer and fall here.
No, we're moving right into it. So we have a lot of things going on. We have tours that are already booked up. We've got paranormal investigations that are booked up. I think between rugby and the jail, we've got 10 paranormal investigations already booked for those 2 months. I know Ghost Biker Explorations will be doing her thing in October. I'll be traveling up to New Hampshire October 6th through the 10th. I will be speaking at the Travel and Tourism Research Association National Conference up there in New Hampshire. I'll be talking about historic preservation through After Dark tourism. So very excited about that. So we just have a lot of stuff going on, but we would love to see you if you have not been to the jail, if you've not taken a tour, or if you have and you just want to take another one. Or if you haven't experienced rugby, we'd love to see you over there as well. Because now that, like Miranda said, we're rolling into spooky season. The weather's cooler. The evening tours are great. So now's the time to book those experiences if you haven't had them.
Yeah, and so we hopefully we'll be able to continue on with our show here during the spooky season. Not really, I can't really say, from week to week, because we do offer our tours on Thursday nights as well. So we're going to continue doing that because we do anticipate to just be completely slammed especially during the month of October. So if we can pop back on Thursday nights at 7, hopefully with some guests, with some new paranormal evidence that we're releasing and that sort of thing. Hopefully we can do that, but just know we may be a little bit spotty up until I would say November. Things kind of slow down.
Yes,
we never slowed down after summer.
Right? We thought we would, but we never did. So, but our 4th year has been an amazing year. And again, it's all because of you guys sharing our stuff and getting the word out there and really supporting what we do. So thank you, everybody. We could not have done this without everybody here in the comments. Like we said earlier, the people that have donated, the people that have helped us. And we're really proud of what we've built here, and look for some really fun announcements here, probably starting in January, about some maybe other locations that we're going to try to get into.
Yeah. Because, what would be your 4th year without, just adding more to it,
Yeah. Adding more to it, because we don't have enough to do. But we got to keep Celly in the special kibbles. So
exactly. And just kind of looking over at the comments over there, I know we asked if you all had any experiences or anything to mention that. Tony, I think her team has investigated the jail twice, I believe. And so, or at least some members of their team have been multiple times. They have investigated. Hope they do come back sometime soon. And that's been a cool thing too, is that a lot of the people who have been investigating lately are people who have been here to the jail 2, 3, and in some cases 4 times. That's kind of humbling in a way, when people have you as a bucket list location and enjoyed their time so much that they've come back multiple times. So
yeah, I know we've got here in September and October, we've got repeat visitors both here and at Rugby. So to your point, it's really cool that they're doing that. Yeah.
And Kim asked if Ben had any paranormal experiences while he was here. Not that we're aware of. We did kind of talk to him about that. There were, I believe, almost 20 people.
Like 25 or 26, I think.
Yeah, in and out of the jail all day long. I mean, you had film crews, production crews. We had music. I know he did go upstairs and sing some a cappella, because the acoustics in the jail are just amazing in certain parts of the building. But no, it would have been hard to really qualify anything he experienced, just because there was so many people here, and it was literally action from the time they got here till afterwards, because they're on a tight time frame, and so trying to get everything filmed. Let's see. James says, we just wish you were closer so we could be there more often. Yeah,
we'd love to have you more often, James.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kim says they've had experiences investigating or even just visiting.
Yeah, just visiting. Yeah. And that's another cool thing about the jail, right? You even people that aren't we've had daytime tour people who just come in to take a daytime history tour. Don't even know anything about the paranormal, and they'll come down and say, is there somebody else in here? No, it's just us. Well, I heard this or I heard that. So our little jail, day and night.
Mm-hmm. And thank you, Susan. I know Susan has done both the jail and Rugby there. So thank you.
Thank you, Susan.
And thank you, Bob, for
for
your very kind words. We appreciate that. We appreciate you tuning in every week.
And Bob, thank you for all the stuff that you've sent to us as well. So thank you for that.
Yeah, we've used a lot of it on guided ghost hunts, so we definitely appreciate that. But yeah, thank you all so much. And so, like Chris said, big things coming hopefully in year 4, hopefully 4 more years to come. It'd be interesting to see what's from what's happened in these past 4 years to what's to come over the next 4 years. And I mean, an hour doesn't even give, we sat there beforehand and we were talking about all the cool things we wanted to talk about and highlight, everything from numbers, of people that have been through the jail to just some of our favorite moments too. And there's just really not enough time to cover all of that, because each thing is so unique.
Yeah, yeah. Each thing is unique, and it's just been a great adventure. So again, thank you to everybody who's supported us, who's been here with us from the beginning, or who's just come in and really likes what we do and how we do it. So again, thank you. We just can't say thank you enough. It really is the support of y'all that has helped us to get where we've gotten.
Yeah. And before we play our outro, got to mention, Run Rebel Run, the song that Bethi
Lewis
wrote about Sheriff Richard Ellis.
Mm-hmm.
And, we use that on we highlight that on our podcast for our intro and our outro. And Bethi came and played on our Blessing of the Bikes that we did this year, probably going to come back next year. So, just met some great people throughout all this. So, that's all I've got. Do you have?
That's all I've got. I'm going to try to get back to the house before the rain starts, but log into Ghost Biker Explorations here at 9. She's going to have a great guest. One of our very good friends, Beth Allen. Just be on the lookout for some more announcements and some interesting things coming up here in October.
And book a tour. You do all of the booking online on our website. You can either go to historicscottcojail.com to find all information about the jail. And I definitely suggest that if you are looking to book one of our tours, that you book that early, because sometimes, because we have investigations, sold out tours, guided ghost hunts and stuff already on the calendar, it's sometimes hard to get in on some of these tours if you're calling the day of. Sometimes you get lucky, but we really anticipate things getting very, very busy here during October, just because of what we already have booked. So book now, book often, and book early. And then you can also visit historyhighwayshaunts.com, and that will get you to either the Village of Historic Rugby or Historic Scott County Jail by going to that page. So yeah, definitely check all that out. And
all right, everybody.
Yep, we will maybe see you next Thursday night. We'll just have to see how it goes.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. We really appreciate y'all hanging with us. And again, thank you for all your support.
Take care, everyone.
Good night, everybody.